So you clicked on this video because you're wanting to see a comparison between natural slate and synthetic slate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a list of categories we're going to go through, and I'm going to pick a winner of each category between natural slate and synthetic slate so you can make the best decision for your project. Now, at the very end, I'm also going to tell you which product I think is actually the best. Before we get into the comparisons, I just want to tell you a little background about myself and my company so you know that you're getting good information. My name is Blenkinsopp. I'm a U.S. military veteran. I was active duty 8.5 years. And now I'm a licensed general contractor and roofing contractor in 9 different states. We've done projects all the way from Billy up the street to the United States government. Digital Roofing Innovations is also a certified installer of EcoStar and Da Vinci, which are 2 of the largest synthetic slate manufacturers in the United States. We've installed natural slate and synthetic slate, so I know that I can give you some really good advice on your next project. So if you're new to wanting to install synthetic slate on your roof, you may want to check out our Synthetic Slate 101 video or go to our website at digitalroofingcompany.com just to get an overview before you watch the comparison video. But either way, you're here now, so we're going to get into the comparison between natural slate and synthetic slate. And I'm going to be picking a winner of each category. So the first things we're going to talk about is lifespan. So the lifespan of natural slate has been proven time and time again. If installed correctly and proper maintenance, these roofs can last 100 years or more. And one of the great things about natural slate is, well, it has a proven track record because it's been used for hundreds of years. So the synthetic slate is still a relatively new product. Now, most manufacturers will warranty it for 50 years, so it could last up to 100, but the thing about it is we just don't know. So for now, I'll have to side with natural slate as the winner because we know for a fact that if it's installed correctly, it can last a really, really long time. Now, this could change over time with more case studies done on synthetic slate, but for now, we're going to go ahead and select natural slate as the winner. So next we're going to talk about weight. Now, weight for natural slate is very, very heavy. So the rule of thumb for natural slate is roughly about 1,000 pounds per square. So my house is about 25 square roof. So it would be a 25,000 pound roof that I have installed if I had natural slate versus synthetic slate is only about 125 pounds per square. So it's almost a 10th lighter. So 10 times lighter than your natural slate. So I'll have to definitely give the advantage there to synthetic slate because extra weight doesn't necessarily mean it's stronger, it just means it's a lot heavier because it's made of, well, actual rock. Okay, so next we're going to talk about appearance. In my opinion, they both look like great products. Most of your synthetic slate products are going to have UV protection, so they're not going to really fade much over time, which is really great. But there's something really beautiful about a old slate roof. A lot of times they'll have a little moss up there and it does get a little bit discolored, but it almost brings out the beauty in slate. So it really just depends on what you think is more beautiful. For me, it's kind of a tie. Obviously, it's nice having a really clean looking roof, but then also it's really great when you have that just aged slate on the roof. So I'm gonna have to give that one a tie in terms of appearance. Next, on our installation. So natural slate, again, is really, really heavy, and it also can break when you're installing it. Obviously, cutting it is very, very difficult. You have to have special tools for that. Versus synthetic slate, to cut it, all you need is a utility knife. So it's very, very easy to cut. It's also very light, as I've mentioned. It's 10 times lighter, roughly, than your synthetic slate, or excuse me, of your natural slate. So installation, by far goes to synthetic slate. It's just way easier to install. The crews like to use it more, and it's a lot more available to get. So I absolutely feel like the installation goes to synthetic slate. Price. Now, if you're going to be, this really depends on where you're at in the country. If you're in the U.S., some areas slate is actually cheaper, but that's not the norm. synthetic slate is normally going to be cheaper. You could be paying anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a square for regular natural slate. With synthetic slate, you're going to pay $1,500 to $3,000, again, depending on where you're at in the country with your contractor. So if you're a homeowner, know that you're most likely going to be paying more money for the natural slate. So I'll have to give, again, the advantage to synthetic slate in terms of price. Sustainability. Now, when you're using natural slate, well, natural slate comes from the earth, so we're going to have to mine for it and transport it. And again, it's heavy, so it's going to take more trucks and more energy just to get it to you, on top of the fact that we had to take it from the earth. Synthetic slate, for the most part, is used from recycled rubber and plastics, and so it's a polymer is what an actual synthetic slate is. So and not only that, once the roof is taken off, it can be recycled again. So again, in terms of sustainability, I'm going to have to give the advantage to synthetic slate. So next, performance. Now this is a toughie because, again, we don't know enough about synthetic slate long term, but we know for a fact when it comes to hailstorms, windstorms, just regular high winds, and just storms in general, natural slate just works. It's heavy. Like I said, heavy doesn't necessarily always mean stronger, but we know for a fact it'll last against hailstorms, it lasts against all these crazy windstorms, and it's just performed over time. Synthetic slate's still kind of new, and a lot of times the wind rating for synthetic slate isn't that great, typically it's 110 miles per hour. So when it comes to performance, I'll still have to give the advantage to natural slate for now. We need more studies. Recommended manufacturers. Slate, there's a lot of different manufacturers. If you're a homeowner, you're gonna wanna go with whoever your roofing contractor recommends. If you have a roofing contractor just make sure that if you're a homeowner and you're wanting to install natural slate, make sure that your contractor has a proven track record of installing slate. Installing slate is not something that just any Joe with a hammer can install. And make sure they have not only past performance, but you can check their references as well. A good roofing contractor will have no problem giving you references, particularly on a specialty roof like natural slate. So with synthetic slate, conversely, there's a few manufacturers I do recommend. I do recommend either EcoStar or Da Vinci. In my opinion, they're the top two synthetic slate manufacturers. Both of them offer Class A fire ratings, and they're available all over the United States, and they're available through most of the major suppliers like ABC, Beacon, etc. So again, when it comes to different manufacturers and who has the advantage really on that, it's kind of a toss-up. Both of them's kind of hard to come by, and there's not a ton of options. So I'll definitely call it a tie on that. Now, overall, which one do I think is better? I love natural slate, and we've used it for a really long time. But also in roofing, we have to accept new products that may be better long term, and the fact that we have to start looking at more sustainable options for our planet. I do feel like synthetic slate's the better option right now. Because it's a little bit cheaper, it's really easy to install for the crews, and you can recycle it after it's done. And it's made from recycled material now, and we're not having to mine the earth for the material. Well, I hope this video was helpful, and now you have a deeper understanding of both natural slate and synthetic slate, and which one's going to be a better option for your project, or if you're a contractor, which one will be better to install. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please give me a thumbs up. If you like our content, please give us a subscribe. Now, we do have more detailed information on our website at digitalroofingcompany.com, so feel free to go check out the website for more blog posts and information on our website. Digital Roofing Innovations, we believe in using a modern approach with traditional values. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.